Several WNBA players and the Women's National Basketball Players Association (WNBPA) have recently spoken out against WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert following her interview on CNBC. During the appearance, she discussed the escalating issue of racial harassment and toxic behavior on social media, which has affected several players, yet her comments have drawn criticism for not adequately addressing the severity of the situation. The controversy centers around two rising stars in the league, Caitlin Clark, who is white, and Angel Reese, who is black. While Engelbert tried to emphasize the excitement and impact of their on-court rivalry, her remarks were criticized for overlooking the racial abuse and harassment that has accompanied it. This season, both players, especially Reese, have faced online attacks, with much of the hostility taking a racist tone. Engelbert's CNBC interview. During the interview, Engelbert was asked about the negative and aggressive tone some fans have taken online, particularly in discussions surrounding Clark and Reese. Their rivalry, which began during their college careers, has followed them into the WNBA and drawn widespread attention. However, it has also been marred by hateful, racist, and abusive comments. Reese, in particular, has been a frequent target, recently revealing that some Clark fans have not only harassed her online but also issued death threats, followed her home, and circulated AI-generated nude images of her. This issue isn't limited to Reese. Other players, such as Las Vegas Aces guard Chendi Carter and Dallas Wings player Diamond DeShields, have also been subjected to vile comments and threats. Carter was called derogatory names by a fan at her team's hotel, and DeShields shared a social media post from a fan wishing for the return of her spinal tumor. Despite these incidents, Engelbert's response during the interview was viewed by many as inadequate. Instead of addressing the specific instances of racism and harassment, Engelbert compared the Clark-Reese rivalry to the famous NBA rivalry between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in 1979, one white and the other black. She emphasized the importance of rivalries in sports, saying that fans care about rivalries because they bring excitement to the game. However, this attempt to highlight the positive aspects of competition was criticized for failing to acknowledge the deeper issue of racial abuse. Player and WNBPA reactions. In the wake of Engelbert's comments, the WNBPA quickly issued a statement condemning her response. Led by Executive Director Terry Jackson, the union criticized Engelbert for framing the situation as a business opportunity rather than addressing the toxic and racist harassment players were enduring. Jackson stressed that this issue goes beyond rivalries and that toxic fandom should never be tolerated. According to her, immediate action is necessary to protect players from this type of behavior, and it should have been addressed long before now. The union's statement echoed the feelings of many WNBA players, who took to social media to voice their frustrations. Phoenix Mercury's Michaela Anyan tweeted a simple yikes in reaction to Engelbert's remarks, while her teammate Brianna Turner posted, "I stand against all forms of discrimination, hatred, and bias." Turner highlighted that racism in sports should never be ignored and that no platform is too small to stand up for what is right. Alicia Clark of the Las Vegas Aces also expressed her disappointment, calling Engelbert's failure to denounce the racial harassment a missed opportunity. Clark emphasized how harmful the comments and abuse had become for players, expressing a desire for Engelbert to have directly addressed the issue and condemned the behavior. Conclusion. The backlash against Cathy Engelbert following her CNBC interview underscores the increasing tensions surrounding racial harassment in the WNBA. Players in the WNBPA are demanding stronger action to combat this growing issue, calling for more than just a focus on rivalries and the business aspects of the league. For many, Engelbert's comments represented a missed opportunity to stand up against racism and support the players who have been affected by it. The hope now is that the league will take meaningful steps to address this issue and protect its athletes from toxic and abusive behavior.